Okay, everybody. I'm right outside a store. Alright, now I wanted to finish my earlier talk. I had some coffee. I was kind of sitting around over there at Starbucks, and I feel so much better today. I mean, right now. Because I went to the emergency room yesterday. See, there's this thing. That thing. That means I went to the hospital. You might wonder why they put on your wrist, because you're in the hospital, you're like half dead. So nobody can like have an ID for the hospital. So I don't know how they do it in other countries, but here in Canada they stick it on your wrist. So all these people you see walking around the street with these hospital bands. First of all, the reason they do that is because they just got released from the hospital and they forgot about their band. Also, they're really hard to get off, and I forgot it was there until I took off my jacket a little while ago. So I tried to pull it off with my teeth, but as you can see, I already broke one tooth. I should tell you about that story. But I don't know if that's a good idea. Alright. I have to figure out where I'm going here. Oh, this is a very complicated bridge here. So to cross... Okay, here. So to cross the Falls Creek, we have to go over this bridge. Oh, I know exactly where we're going to go. No, we're going to go this way. Yeah, I know where to go. Everybody's like looking at me again. I think that's the way to go. And around here is the Central Police Station, which I needed to go to, but now it's a Best Buy. What the hell? Okay, 2017, it was a police station. I don't know what happened. You know, the world is upside down, I'll tell you that. It's totally upside down. I mean, one day it's a police station, the next day it's a Best Buy. I guess it's worth more money to make it a Best Buy. Jesus Christ. It's an actual Best Buy. Okay. Now I need to go to the police station because, well, when I first got in town, I was walking along thinking where I would stay when I stumbled across this. I'm not sure I should tell you this. Well, I'll tell you. You're my friends. I stumbled across this beautiful woman, and she started talking to me, which happens to me for some reason, especially if I've ever been drinking. The more I drink, somehow the women just kind of start coming. Like, no, wait a minute, that's the wrong word. Never mind, forget it. So the point is, I don't know if she stole my backpack or if somebody else stole it, because I don't know. Such is life, right? Such is my life. But see, I just give up on struggling against the tide, and I just let it take me where it goes, because it's hopeless. And I'm just waiting. Unfortunately, I encountered the big meanies. I encountered my people, the real guys. Now that's not what I wanted to talk to you about today. Right now I'm just muttering and meandering. What I wanted to talk to you about was a story about my father. Okay? And you might wonder, why would my compatriots torture me? And by the way, yeah, they did. They tortured me. That's what happened in the end. For absolutely no reason. For absolutely no reason. They actually tortured me. So we have to go this way. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. See all that? That's the stadium. But the top of it, you can see it looks like some sticks sticking up. And this right now, this is Vancouver. It's kind of what Vancouver looks like. To a lot of you, it looks like paradise, right? It's an extremely wealthy city. It's one of the most wealthiest cities in the world. I think even more so than Hong Kong at this point. But it didn't used to be that way. When I was a kid, it was poor and shitty. They didn't even have sidewalks in places. I'm just trying to cross the street here. So yeah. So anyway, the story about my father. Let me tell you that. We can rag on Vancouver's secret source of income later. Okay, look, there's traffic. This is what I'm seeing. Okay, look, everyone's so weird. Oh, God. Okay, so, as you can see, here I am. So, what happened was, there was this pond in our backyard when I was younger. So, it was like a barrel, a concrete barrel, which was had reeds growing out of it, and it was filled with water. Had some bricks in there and stuff, and it was just for decoration. You could see the reeds and a little water. It was out on our back deck of my father's house, and like I guess I was 12, and fish began to spawn there. And the way fish get into an isolated body of water where there are no fish is that a bird picks up like a reed from another pond that has fish, and on the reed are eggs. So he comes over and he somehow drops it into your pond or the isolated body of water. And so my father's pond began to have fish, which was really weird, out of nowhere. And then every year they would die off and disappear, and then come back in like the spring, you know? So one year, when I was living with him, I don't know, maybe I was 19 at the time, or 8, it might have been 18. And so what happened, hold on a second. Hello. Jesus Christ, they don't say hello back, right? See, motherfuckers, right? Fucking assholes. I'm sorry, if somebody says hello to you and you don't say hello back, you're a worthless human being. Alright. Now, hold on a second. I've got this big bag here. So one day, my father, he comes to me and he says, Andrew, the fish in the pond, do you know about them? I said, yeah, there's fish in the pond. They're like these little small guppy. They're called guppies. And so I said, yeah, there are fish in the pond. He said, there's no fish there now. They all died. And I said, the fish died? So he said, yeah. And I said, why did the fish die? And he said, I was going to ask you if you knew anything about their death. So, because I'm who I am, I'm me, I'm endowed with a certain, well, it's like this. Let's say if I look in your eyes, I'll know you, okay? My whole life. And if I hear your voice, I'll know what you want. I'll know what you're saying really and what you're thinking. So my dad was thinking that I had killed his fish, that I had poisoned them. And I was really surprised by that. You know? Why would I do that? That's like, I'm not a serial killer yet. Right? We're working on it. But no, seriously. You know, what the hell? And so I told him, I don't know anything about your fish. But because he suspected, I guess, I was really shocked. And I would never, what the hell? I'm going to kill his fish? So anyway, this is a story about my father and about my life and about aliens, okay? And about the conspiracy that I faced my whole life and the problems they create. So my dad, either that day or the next day, okay, so the next day I came home, and outside I saw the pond had been turned on its side, and all the water had been drained, and it was just left that way. with the rocks like kind of hanging out. And every place you go and every action, there's a memory of it, especially if it's fresh, especially if they were thinking of you. So again, I saw, in my mind, I knew what had happened and I saw it. My father had gone out and thought about it, and he was convinced that I had killed his guppies. And he kicked it over with his foot, and he cursed me for killing his fish. And he said, then we won't have a pond anymore, and you can see the ruin you caused. And he never picked it up again. It was always on the side with its rocks hanging out. You know, I didn't kill his fish. And what a fucking asshole. Why would he accuse me of that? Okay. I always thought, what a fucking asshole. What a fucking piece of shit. I mean, that's a piece of shit dick move, but my dad and I used to worship this man. But in the end, I kind of like, you know, I tried to be his son, and I tried to contact him. I wrote him letters and everything, and, you know. But the fish story is just one of many stories. So, let me tell you how that relates. How is it relevant? Is my dad just an asshole? No, he's not. He's not. But at the time, I would have told you, what a fucking ass. I wouldn't have told you that, because that's my father, and I wouldn't have said that. He's dead now, and I'm an adult, and all of you are adults, and this channel it's for adults. And it's real. And I know at times all of you, everybody out there we think the inappropriate thoughts about, like, our parents or whatever, we're really surprised. We're like, oh my God. But they're also human beings, just like all you, not like me, but like you. I'd say just like us, but they're people just like us. People. So the thing is, here's my conclusion in the end. The reason he was so convinced that I had done something to it was because someone had told him that. And along with that, they may have produced they probably had a toxicology report on the water. And it probably went like this. Something like this. We wanted to check on your fish because our satellite imagery or some bullshit like that detects there's your son put something in the water and all the fish appear to have died, and we want to know what he put in the water. Now imagine if you're a father and the intelligence agency said they just want to check on the water to see what your kid put in it. So it comes back some anti-fish poison bullshit thing. But the whole time you want to know, what did he put in the water? Because the fish are dead. What did he put in the water? Did he just put something random? So that's exactly the way you destroy a relationship. If I didn't know about this, and I don't know, the Russian intelligence agency, whatever they are, they came and told me my kid had done something, I would have been like, oh my God, that's horrible. Now, back then, that was like 1990, 1989, 88, you didn't have like CGI like you do now. But just imagine if they had produced a video. And they said, and I've seen these videos the aliens can produce, and they're fucking good. There's a difference always between real and fake. But if they produce you a video and they show it to you. So I saw a video of my son getting fucking murdered, okay? So put that together. And it was pretty real looking, but it was grainy and kind of distant, but it was like, it was a bunch of kids in the forest for some sort of like, I don't know, they were just being idiots like kids do. There were a couple things about it that didn't ring true with me, you know? So I suspected it at once, but at the same time, consider the source. And that scares you, you know? So somebody telling you something like that. I didn't tell you guys about that, I'm sorry. Yeah, they showed me a video of my son being murdered. Fuck. He's not murdered, he's perfectly fine. But back to my point. Back then, we didn't know anything. We're talking a civilization very much in advance. The reason the video was grainy of my son was so that I would suspect it, and the things that were wrong about it, I would see. They wanted me to come to the proper determination. They didn't want to show me what they could have showed me. They could have made a video. I mean, they could have done anything that's 100% convincing, beyond all question. They could even put it in people's minds if they wanted. They could do anything. I mean, the power, you have no idea. So, moving beyond that, they may have even planted the thought of suspicion in my father's head. But that was a really shitty deal for me to experience. My dad kicking it over all hatefully. And he asked his son, "Did you do it?" And I told him, "No, I didn't do it." Let me ask you this. Those who knew my father, did he do it? He had a son that was given to him from fucking, basically, gods from space. And what did he do? What did he do? Was he the great loyal man that we all know? Or did he betray his son? Did he report my activities to the CIA? You're goddamn fucking right he did, that fucking rat piece of shit. Now this should be classified. I should change this video to be like, you know, we should just kind of keep this a little silent because I'm very angry about that, obviously. Could you imagine that? Not just, I mean, it's like, so anyway, they came to me, the big bad aliens, just recently, twice, and I know why they came to me. They came to me because the Canadians wouldn't. They just didn't have the heart to do it. They couldn't. I met the Canadian, there's another story here. The Canadians are really, really fucking nice, and they feel really sorry for me, and they're really scared. They're scared of me and the future. And they can't tell me anything because they're forbidden, and they're scared more of them than me. So they're watching this, and they couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. They wanted to close the whole matter up and just stop this game. And they refused. They just weren't able to go on with it. So that's why my people showed up. Oh my God. They kicked the shit out of me. But anyway, that's not important. It was fun meeting them and talking to them. And, you know, one of the reasons that, oh, here we're at 18. We're gonna have to call it a day. A video. Bye.